ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਆਫ ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਾਥ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਰਿਚਰਡ ਲੇਵਾਲਡ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਬਾਇਓ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲਿਸਟ ਨੇ। ਬਾਇਓ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ? ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਸ-ਪਾਸ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਵੀ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਹੈ। ਜੇਕਰ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਵਸਥ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਤੇ ਮਾਨਸਿਕ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ, ਸਰੀਰਕ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ। ਲੇਕਿਨ ਜੇਕਰ ਕੋਈ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਦਾ ਇੰਬੈਲੈਂਸ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਖਰਾਬੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਸਿਹਤ ਨੂੰ। ਆਓ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਅਤੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਰਿਚਰਡ ਲੇਵਾਲਡ ਤੋਂ। Richard, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you're a bioenergy specialist. What do you mean by bioenergy?
Well, the word bio means life,
Okay.
right? And energy, of course, is, has to do with vibration and frequencies.
Right.
And often when we consider energy, we're looking at horsepower or wattage or volts, but there's a whole field of energies that we're not familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And everything, as a matter of fact, has energy.
Okay.
So as living beings, we require a lot of life force. So
Right.
therefore the word bio comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And so now what we have is an ability with some technology to bring the invisible into the visible.
Okay.
So energy, as we know, is not visible. Electricity is not visible. We see the wires, we see the switches, but we don't see electricity.
Right.
We see the effects of electricity, light, heat, motors turning, that sort of a thing, right? So how do we quantify that everything has energy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the ways that I was able to look at this whole picture is that I acquired a set of tools, which I didn't invent, but it was introduced to me, first of all, by a friend who was doing geopathic stress testing.
Okay.
Now, again, everything contains energy. Your home contains energy, and there's lines running all over the place. But because of extensive health background for 45 years, I started to look how much more can we apply this because of the problem of diseases and crises that people have. Look at cancer, 1 and 2 are getting cancer.
Right.
What are all the things behind it, right? So life has changed an awful lot. And for example, they have said that in the last 100 years, over 200 million new frequencies have been introduced into our life. And many of the frequencies through our electronics and everything else are actually breaking down our life force. Okay? So now what I can do is actually measure things and the impact of all these different technological advances that we have. But if it is actually taken away our life force and creating disease, and remember the word disease, dis-ease, you're at ease and balance, disease, you're out of balance.
Right.
So now it's not just determining the problems that are introduced, but the challenge then is to come up with the solutions
Absolutely.
to build ourselves up, because wherever you go today, even within your own homes, but we're living closer and closer together even. So we're continuously being ambushed, assaulted, and damaged by these invisible frequencies. Okay, and they're working away at, and it's just like, if you poke away at one spot in your body long enough, what happens? Eventually you start to bleed.
Yeah.
Right? So this is what's happening. The damage is being done continuously.
Right.
Of course, now younger children start at a very young age. They're introduced to iPads and cell phones and everything else. And there are many reports of how these frequencies are creating damages. We know we have problems with the bees. We've got problems with dolphin and whales beaching themselves and dying. Because again, they're being challenged by sonar, radar, many different frequencies. Okay, so now this puts me into a whole different situation. I can measure your life force through your DNA. Okay. So usually what I do with this technology, I have here a bag of Q-tips. So I would take 2 Q-tips out, give it to you. You would put it in your mouth. You then have your saliva. I can use your hair. I can use your nail. I can use your skin. I can use many things that comes from your body, teardrops, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay. I will then select and put, these Q-tips
Okay.
and introduce them in these tubes here.
Right.
Okay, so this is your DNA.
Okay.
Okay, should it be coming from you? And as I put them into this device here, we will have now your signature.
Okay.
Okay, because your DNA is your signature.
Right.
Now, based on a person's DNA, like we all share same DNA. Doesn't matter where we come from. Doesn't matter what ethnicity, wherever in the world. As human beings, 99.99% of our DNA is similar. Yet, we are very distinct individuals through our DNA. That's why if a crime is, they're looking for a person, they find some, they're going to determine it by DNA sampling and DNA testing. Okay, and that tells the story as to who you are. Okay, it matches. So by using this tool, I can now work it and point it at the person, and we can then, by walking backwards, we can then determine their bioenergy field.
Oh, wow.
It's now brings again the invisible into the visible spectrum.
Right.
As human beings, we rely so much on getting to identify, know, understand things. We see it. As they say, seeing is believing.
Right.
So now we have a measurable effect. Then we can take anything that we put in, on, near our bodies, so whether it would be cell phones, what kind of an impact, the food we put on into us, maybe even the jewelry, right? So this can either advance, boost our life force, or it can deplete that. So if we put ourselves in a situation where we are continuously consuming things that are taking away our life force, it has a deadening effect. So quickly our quality of life can diminish. Okay.
So basically what you're saying, with the use of this machine, you can quantify the energy what one has. And the reason for disease or issues what we are having today with health is that we are not, the energy is depleting. So this machine can quantify and tell whether that energy is there or not. And if it is not there, that tells you, and then you can work on the body, and then you can make it better.
Yes. So the overall impact, if I can measure the overall energy field, then we can also delineate the different areas of the body, how it's energetically functioning. And the analogy I always use, you know, sometimes we try to mitigate a disease, whatever the label could be, but we base it then on a drug or a supplement or anything like that, an herb. But if the life force isn't there in that area of your body, like many people suffer from poor digestion, okay? So you are what you eat, digest, absorb, cells utilize, okay? So we can put the best substances in our bodies, but if we got poor digestion, we're not going to get the best effect from that until we restore the energies flowing in that area, because where the energy flows, the blood goes. You get oxygen, the nutrients. So blood is there to support your cells in the body to give it the optimal oxygen and nutrition and so on. Okay, and so even within our body, we have energy zones. In the old knowledge of traditional Chinese medicine, they talk about the meridians. And we've got like these 12 meridians. So we can actually check along the meridian lines. And on the meridian lines are the organs on that side of the body or connected to the meridian. And we can get down to the points, like reflexology points, where if those points are off, they act like dimmer switches. You know, we all seen dimmer switches on the wall. You can control the light. You pull the dimmer switches down, the light goes dim. Not enough energy. You want to turn, you got to turn them back up. Well, over life, we also have our feet as our foundation.
Wonderful. Let's go for a short break. We'll be back and learn as to how your feet are the foundation for your body and how bioenergy can help you. We'll talk about this after this short break.
Okay.
So ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਿਚਰਡ ਦਾ ਇਹੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਬਾਇਓ એનર્ਜੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹਦੇ ਆਸ-ਪਾਸ એનર્ਜੀ ਹੈ। ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਾਣ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਪ੍ਰਾਣਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਾਣਾ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾਣਾ ਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ એનર્ਜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਲਫ਼ਜ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ એનર્ਜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡੇ ਆਸ-ਪਾਸ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ এনवायरमेंट ਹੈ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ એનર્ਜੀ ਹੈ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ એનર્ਜੀ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਲੱਗਣੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਇਸ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਦੇ ਸਹਾਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲੀਵਰਡ ਨੇ ਦਿਖਾਈ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਆਂਟੀਫਾਈ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਯਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਜ਼ਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਔਰਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿੰਨੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਕੁਆਂਟੀਫਾਈ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਕੇ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੀ।
ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਐਕਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295।
Once again, welcome back to the program. ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਰਿਚਰਡ ਲੀਵਲਡ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਬਾਇਓ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁਣ ਕੁਆਂਟੀਫਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਐਨਰਜੀ। ਆਓ ਇਸੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। Yes, Richard, so before the break you were talking about the foot is your foundation. So from the foot, if it is balanced, or how can that help you out in aligning your energy?
Well, all you have to do, as you see, as people get older, they all develop issues in their feet. They walk funny.
Right.
And then they have issues with the knees. Then they have issues with the hips. So
Right.
your feet are your foundation. You get a crack in the wall, if all you do is fix the crack in the wall,
Right.
but it keeps on coming back.
Right.
So we got to fix the source of the problem,
Right.
which is your feet.
Right.
Okay. So we know as we age, there's a certain breakdown of our body. Okay. So realigning and identifying, and that's what I can do too. So I can help delineate the sites of your body, the meridians it's on, the places in your feet.
Okay.
And then when we correct it, it's like again what we were talking about, the dimmer switches. So when you put excessive pressure on your feet and you start to walk funny,
Yeah.
it's like pulling the dimmer switches down.
Oh.
Which we know if we have lights connected to dimmer switches, the light go dim.
Right.
So likewise, all your organs are connected as they have in reflexology in your feet.
Okay.
Okay. So we can correct those things. So not just doing the reflexology massage, but the
Right.
whole idea is how do we fix it so it can stay?
Okay.
Now we got the capacity to do that. And as you fix your feet, then you'll see better results and holding. So it's not you're doing therapy all the time. You go back for more therapy, but now they're going to be able to stay up, and now your body can actually gradually get better. Okay.
Oh, that's
So-
interesting. And during the break, you gave me these 2 Q-tips.
Right.
What should I do with this?
Just put some saliva on it. So stick it in your mouth.
Oh, there's going to be some magic now?
Yeah, magic.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, I put my
this
saliva
is
in it.
your
DNA.
DNA in
Okay.
there. Okay, I'm going to prove that.
Okay.
And so we could take hair, we can take nails, we take some skin, doesn't
Right.
matter. Okay?
Okay.
Anything that belongs to you, it's your frequency. So I inserted that one in this particular one and this one in
Yeah.
over here. So we got 2, we got a matched pair.
Okay.
And if I point it at you, you can see it's focused. Now,
Yeah.
should I walk backwards sufficiently far enough, they will open up. And that
Okay.
will tell us the length or the size of your aura.
Okay.
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 But just to point at the camera person, and that's not you. Okay.
Oh.
So it
So it
rejects
points
that.
out to the person whose DNA is in this machine.
Correct.
Okay.
So as I pointed, if you were to walk, this
Yeah.
will follow you.
Okay.
You can be hiding.
Right.
You can be 600 feet away from me.
Okay.
This will allow me to find you wherever you're at.
Oh, that's
so if you
wonderful.
get lost, and
But how does it help in aligning my energy, or how does it tell what problem I'm having in my body?
well, for example, I can say put one hand there, one hand down below across the digestive area.
Okay.
I can have you even track your colon by following the colon line like that. And I can tell you
Okay.
where in your colon you have blockages or
Oh, wow.
energetic
so anywhere
blockages.
in the body, if there
Yes.
is any blockage, this can help.
Correct.
And then further, you can take whatever medicine or whatever supplements you want.
Yeah, but I always put it this way.
Right.
We are too dependent. We're like a pill-consuming society. An a pill for every ill.
Right.
And really what we need to do is go to the causes.
Okay.
Well, here's a principle, okay? Where the energy goes, the blood flows. The
Right.
key is circulation.
Okay.
So as we go through life, we get a little bit of irritation. It comes and goes and comes and goes, the
Right.
pain. And then eventually, we get inflammation. The pain is always there. It's like the red light on your dashboard coming on.
Right.
You got a problem, okay? Then, if the blood, because the blood doesn't quite flow, it puddles there. What happens to water that puddles? you get algae
Stagnates,
form and
yeah,
so on.
right.
Blood that doesn't flow, doesn't get oxygenated,
Yeah.
now becomes infected. So we get,
Okay.
you know,
So
bacteria
with
and
this
viruses.
machine, you are able to detect where there is a blockage.
Correct.
And how circulation can be improved in the body. And once circulation is fine, of course, your body energy will also go up.
Right. So what we do, first of all, find the energetic blockage,
Right.
remove the energetic blockages.
Okay.
Now the energy flows there. Then that creates more circulation. Now the blood flows there, which
Right.
then brings in what? Oxygen.
Okay.
The first things that all cells need is oxygen.
Right.
The proof of that, brain uses 25 to 30% of all the oxygen. If you choke somebody 3 to 5 minutes,
Yeah.
they go out.
Yeah.
The brain cells die. They fall in water. They don't get circulation to the brain, no oxygen to the brain cells die very fast.
Right.
Okay, but every cell in your body is dependent on blood flow, oxygen, and nutrients getting there.
Okay.
Once we restore that, you cut your hair, you cut your nail, you cut your skin, you're doing your healing. So it's about optimizing our bodies so that we can do optimal healing. And that all comes through energy flow. And bottom line is everything is energy. So now we can quantify anything we put in, on, near our bodies.
Right.
How is this impacting? So from the homes we're living in,
Right.
the things we put in our homes, all the electronics, and
What we speak, how we eat,
yes,
what we surround ourselves
what we
with.
think
Okay.
even, right?
Right.
Because it's our thinking that gets us into trouble.
Right.
Because if we act on bad thinking and we create actions, it will backfire.
Wow. Well, of course, this is a revolution which has come. Technology is so advanced. Towards the end, have you practiced this on people? Have they benefited from this?
100%.
Okay.
I do this every single day.
Right.
So for me, it's not about diagnosing disease, but it's about the energy. What is the energy? And again, imbalances in energy is creating disease. Again, the word disease, out of balance conditions.
Right.
We just attach labels to it
Okay.
to be able to maybe allocate medications and so on.
Right.
But let's get to the source. Everything being energy, if we can identify what energetic imbalances are, what is creating the energetic imbalances,
Right.
and we can correct those things, we're putting life force back in.
Wonderful.
By energy.
So if somebody wants to know more about this field and they want to get themselves checked, where can they contact you?
Contact me at through my website. My phone number 778-552-5636.
Okay.
I have
The website?
is bioenergywellnesscare.com.
Great. Richard, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for informing us about this new invention, I would say, which is creating a revolution and bringing the people back to their original self and the energy which is depleted. You are telling them where to work on and they are getting better. Thank you and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you.
ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਿਚਰਡ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਲਾਈਵਾ ਲਿਆ, ਇਹ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਆਊਟ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ DNA ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੈਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬਾਡੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਐਨਰਜੀ ਦੀ ਰੋਕ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿੱਥੇ ਸਰਕੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਫਲੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸਹੀ, ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਇਹ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਦੱਸਦੀ, ਜਿਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਹੀ ਇਲਾਜ ਕਰਵਾ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਤੰਦਰੁਸਤ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੋ।